available to me show that between yesterday and today, there have been disturbing incidents of vandalization of pipelines by some militants without governor taking any action to curtail them. I have, of course, given stand order to the security agencies to ensure safety of lives of good people of Rivers State and the oil pipelines. With all this and many more, no good and responsible president will stand by and allow the grave situation to continue without taking remedial steps prescribed by the Constitution to address the situation in the state, which no doubt requires extraordinary measures to restore good governance, peace, order, and security. In these circumstances, having soberly reflected on and evaluated the political situation in Rivers State, and the governor and deputy governor of Rivers State, having failed to make a request to me as president to issue this proclamation as required by Section 305, Paragraph 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it has become inevitably compelling for me to invoke the provision of the Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State with effect from today, 18th March, year 2025, and I so do. By this declaration, the governor of Rivers State, Mr. Similaye Fubara, his deputy, Mrs. Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the House of Assembly state are hereby suspended for an initial period of 6 months. In the meantime, I hereby nominate Vice Admiral Eboket Ibas, retired, as administrator to take charge of the affairs of the state in the interest of the good people of Rivers State. For the avoidance of doubt, this declaration does not affect the judicial arm of Rivers State, which shall continue to function in accordance with their constitutional mandate. The administrator will not make any new laws. He will, however, be free to formulate regulations and may be found necessary to do his job, but such regulations will need to be considered and approved by the Federal Executive Council and promoted by the President for the state. This declaration has been published in the Federal Gazette, a copy of which has been forwarded to the National Assembly in accordance with the Constitution. It is my fervent hope that this inevitable intervention will help to restore peace and order in Rivers State by awakening all the contenders to the constitutional imperatives, binding on all political players in the Rivers State in particular and Nigeria as a whole. Long live a united, peaceful.
Why are people even accusing the president that he's the cause of everything? He was supposed to have done the right thing, he didn't do. All this one is a game plan for 2027. In as much as I will not deny or argue with you guys, and then people are saying, why is he pronouncing the man? A man you appointed to be sole administrator, you don't know how to pronounce his name? By the way, this man happened to be my in-law. Yes, his name is Ibogete Ibas. He's from Nko in Yakol local government, Cross River State. Nko is a village under Yakol local government, under Cross River State, and it is under the Central Senatorial District of Cross River State. Now, I want to keep all that aside, but whether we like it or not, what Wike did was wrong. I tell people that Wike, I love Fubara and I love Wike. I don't know how. You see these two people, I don't see them as, I don't know how to put it. I love Wike, I like Wike and I like Fubara. But what Wike did in this whole issue was wrong. Wike did not do the right thing. No matter how much I like you, no matter how much I like your policies, when you are wrong, I'm bold enough to tell you you are wrong. What Wike did to Fubara is wrong. Even if you're the one that made him, not just like, you see, there are some things, how they call it, there are some clips of Wike that are trending right now, of what Wike said when he suspected that Amechi was the governor before Wike became governor. When he suspected that Amechi was going to take up this whole thing, take up River State. How can somebody be out of government and he's still trying to control the government? That was what Amechi was saying. All these clips were flying, and that is why they say the internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. So what the president has done is something that it takes them a long time to do, but how they were able to pick. And Ibogete Ibas is actually a very, very lucky man. Ibogete Ibas was about, retiring. They made him chief of naval staff. From there, Ibogete Ibas, he was about leaving. His tenure was ending. They made him ambassador. Something happened. They made him ambassador to Nigeria, ambassador to, I think, Ghana. While he left and he was trying to relax now, they have made him sole administrator of River State. And then the president is suspending Fubara, the governor of River State, suspending Professor Ngozi. And I expected the president to call her Professor Ngozi. Don't call her Mrs. because she's a professor. Yes, Professor Ngozi. One of her daughters is a medical doctor and also a professor. So they are renowned. They are a renowned family. It's not just a common woman there. So I just wanted to point out that. And the woman, I know her closely. I know her one-on-one. She's a wonderful soul. And, I want to say that what was done to Fubara was wrong in all spheres. I don't care whether Fubara was with Wike when they did everything. But the only place I would, you people know that me, when I'm giving my analysis, I give this side, I give this side. I don't stand one place and say, oh, I give this side. I'll say it would have been this way. If I were Fubara, as he entered, he wouldn't have, probed anything. When he goes in for second term, or maybe he's about to leave and he doesn't want to go for second term, he can now do the probing. Because the truth is, since he entered into power and started probing jobs that Wike had done in the past, that is where this whole fracas started. That is where this whole thing started. It's just that they might not come out openly. Wike has not really said what Fubara did to him. So you see, this is the real issue that I'm telling you. You can take it to the bank. But in all of this, we still give God the glory. The president is saying that after they started having issues, but the president should know where this whole matter is coming from now. He shouldn't say the governor did not come to tell him or curtail what is going on. He already knows that Wike works with the president, and sometimes he might not be able to be free to come to the president. And I heard just recently now they had a dinner with the president. Or could it be that it's the same way Emefiele went to see the president and they announced his sack as he was leaving the government house? Or is it the same way the former EFCC chairman was leaving the president and they were announcing his sack? Or is it the way this lady in Cross River, who was the Women Affairs Minister, what's that name, Betta Edu, was just arriving the president's, the villa, and as she was leaving, they were announcing her. Is it the way they invited Fubara, and then they were suspending him and other members? Nigeria is indeed a season film more than Netflix.